Now, I already did the video, but I wanted to come back and let you know that if you want to fast forward past the story, um, then I'll put the timestamp to when Hot Topics begin in the description box. So if you want to, you can just skip past that. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the mess. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the mess before we get into the mess. I am so excited. I just ran into my old barber at Walgreens. I have not seen him in years. Um, he started cutting my hair probably in what, oh 03, oh 04? Yeah, because this is when I was working at a grocery store. And remember the story I told y'all about my old roommate who wasn't paying the rent, and she still owed me like 500 and some dollars to this day. Well, with interest, it's about with interest, it's about $33,117.16 with interest. Um, but she still, and it's probably more than that. Girl, I'm like Nikki. Nikki said that Jay-Z owed her between 100 and 200 million dollars. So I'm gonna say that my old roommate owed me anywhere between $500 up to, girl, about $112,000. Somewhere in between that. Anyways, so she's actually the reason why I started going to him, because this lesbian who we used to work with, she was a stud. Um, she used to wear like a short, like a fade. And I remember I was looking for someone to cut my hair. And she was like, oh, so and so goes to this guy up the street. And I was like, who? And so, anyways, I had started going to him, and really, 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 really nice dude. Um, and the only reason why I stopped going to him is because he started cutting hair in Pearland. And sometimes with traffic, if he was, running behind, girl, I would be out there for 4 hours sometimes. Yes. And that's including like me being stuck in traffic, me getting my hair cut. It just got to the point where I'm like, girl, I can't, like, it take me like an hour sometimes to get out here. And then, if I have to wait, and then get my hair cut, and then, girl, get back home, it just became too much. And so I was like, I hated to, that I had to stop. Well, I didn't have to, but that I chose to stop going to him. But it was starting to be like team too much. And I was just like, it's too many barbers around, Houston, Texas, for me to be stressing myself out trying to get out there. So, anyways, that's the real reason why I stopped. And so I was picking up a package because, girl, you can't get nothing delivered to my apartment complex because FedEx will throw your stuff on the sidewalk. Hey, FedEx, y'all make me so sick. Some of the people do right at FedEx, but girl, I've had too many mishaps with my stuff where they just leave it on the sidewalk. Girls, I just get my stuff delivered to a pickup location. So, anyways, I was at Walgreens picking up something I had just ordered, and I heard somebody say, "What's up, Rodney? You still work at the same place?" And I turned around and I looked. Girl, I'm not gonna. Girl, you already know I thought it was some milk girl who I'd have had a little tug and pull session with. So I turned around, and I looked like, who is this? Who is this? But they done said not my full name, but they done said my name, so clearly they know who I am, and they're mentioning, work. So I'm like, girl, they must know me some way, somehow. So I turn around and it's a big nigga, girl, and I'm like, who is this? And then it took me about 5 seconds. And I kept looking at his face, and I was like, oh my god! I was like, really, 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 really excited because he was just a nice person. Um, I wanted to be nosy and see if he still was with his girlfriend. He's a straight guy, but he was like, they don't have nothing. Well, sometimes the straight dudes at the barbershops be a mess. But he's a straight guy, but he was just really, really nice. So I was like really excited to see him. So now I was like, what do you cut hair at? And this is no lie. I put this on my grandmother's grave, girl, and my nieces in my life. I was literally trying to find his information probably about like 2 months ago. Yes, because I was like, I want to go back to him to get my haircut because, like, when he cuts a fade, baby, that fade be something sickening. So it's just crazy how I ran into him. So now I have a problem. I have a dilemma. Where do I continue to go to who I'm going to right now? Or do I go back to my old barber because he told me where he cuts hair at? Baby, it's right up the street. No, when I say right up the street, when he told me where he cuts hair, I was like, oh, girl, like a mile and a half from where I live, like right up the street. My other barber I go to now, he's not too far. He's really not. He's probably like 15 minutes away. Oh, excuse me. But he's really, really nice too. So now I have this dilemma where like I have two barbers who I like, I like them both. Girl, they're both straight. Okay. They're both super, super nice, right? I might just keep going to who I'm going to. I don't know, because now I want to go back to my old barber. I do. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Because I just feel like me bumping into him was like oh, because I was literally looking for his information, and then here we go. I couldn't remember his last name. Anyways, all right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get to the mess. Oh, another thing too. I went to New Orleans with my family. It was just a cute, quick mini vacation. It was me, my sister, my brother-in-law, and then their kids. My sister has a stepson and then three kids with her husband. And then it was my mom, and then it was his mom. Yeah. And so we all went to New Orleans just for like 4 days, 3 nights. And we rented a house and it was fun. The kids loved it. The kids had a good time. Um, I had a good time. I was trying to do videos while I was there. Left my ring light at home, so I ordered a ring light. And girl, I couldn't get it together, and so God just gave up. And then I was gonna make a video on Wednesday, and then I changed my mind because I was like, this is the last day. Let me just like not do nothing and just hang out with my family instead of trying to like run to the room and try to do a video. And then I was trying to edit the video because I wasn't doing it with my face. I was just, doing it like radio style. So I was trying to like put pictures up and try to make it a little bit more entertaining since I wasn't showing my face. And it took me, girl, literally, I did a video on Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, I think I did a video Monday. And I don't think I put it up till Tuesday. Then I did a video, I think Tuesday morning or afternoon, and then I didn't get it up until like late Tuesday night. It was something. It took a long time. Um. Anyway, so Wednesday I was like, let me just be present and not do anything. And so Wednesday, girl, me and my mama went out to eat, and then my sister they went somewhere, and then we met up with them after because me and my mom we were hungry. Okay, we was like, girl, we're gonna meet up with y'all later because girl, we hungry. So we went and got something to eat. We went to Morrow's. Morrow's is good. And then, girl, the waiter there was fine. Girl, it's something about them New Orleans niggas, baby. Baby, them niggas in New Orleans, baby. And then they start talking to you all in your face and stuff. Girl, it's that accent for me, baby. Girl, that accent get me every time. Um, but I think he was straight. And I think he was married because he had on a wedding band, but that don't mean nothing. Hello? But he was married. I think he was married and I think he was straight. Um, but other than that, we had a good time. The kids had a good time. They just wanted to swim. Like that, like my sister literally had to make them get out of the pool on Wednesday. Um, and then we just walked around French Quarters. Yeah, we had a good time. Took some pictures. They were gonna do the girl. I wasn't doing it. They were thinking about doing like a swamp thing or something. I don't know. And then they were like, no. But yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time. My other sister couldn't make it because she couldn't get off. She's a nurse. She couldn't get off of work. She has to give like a 30-day notice. and so she couldn't make it. So that kind of we were really trying to get her to get like we were really trying to get her to like get there. But we were like, it's not we're not gonna risk a job. Not over no New Orleans, girl. Hello, it's not even that deep. So yeah, but we had a good time. We had a good time when we made it back yesterday, and then my nieces had to go meet the teacher. You know, they start school next week. So yeah, but yeah, we had a good time. I would definitely do it again. We're planning on trying to do something again. I don't know when we're gonna do it though. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the hot topics. I know some of y'all don't like my stories, so I will put. I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter, but I'll put the timestamp in the description box, so those who don't want to listen, then they can just fast forward. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into hot topics. All right, y'all. This is according to TMZ. So Sha'Carri Richardson pushed, shoved boyfriend at airport. Surveillance video shows. So Sha'Carri Richardson forcefully shoved her boyfriend multiple times during a dispute at an airport last month before appearing to throw something at him. New video obtained by TMZ Sports shows. The incident took place on July the 27th at Seattle Tacoma International Airport in King County, Washington. And you can see in the surveillance footage. I'll show the video after I read this. We just got the Olympic gold medalist appeared furious with her boyfriend Christian Coleman. In the clip, Richardson is spotted grabbing Coleman's backpack before getting in his face. Coleman seems to try to get away from her, but the track superstar continues to follow him before she eventually pushes him into a wall. Coleman again appears to try to diffuse the situation by turning away from her, but moments later, Richardson can be seen shoving him again. The couple's quarrel made its way to a nearby checkpoint where suddenly Richardson appeared to hurl an item at Coleman's head. The two walked away several minutes, and once Richardson left the area, a gaggle of cops showed up and questioned Coleman. Port of Seattle police documents state once Richardson talked to officers, she told them the tiff started because Coleman had taken her electronic headphones. Richardson advised she did not assault him in any way, police wrote in the docs, and the dispute was only a verbal argument. Authorities said they arrested Richardson after reviewing the surveillance video. She was ultimately booked on a charge of fourth-degree assault and spent roughly 18 hours behind bars. On Monday, Coleman, one of the fastest sprinters in the world, defended Richardson's behavior, telling reporters it was just a sucky situation all around. Girl, I don't feel like she should have been arrested. He said people have emotions and stuff like that, and she has things she's got to work out. She's got to work on herself. So do I. So do you. Richardson has has yet to publicly comment on the matter. Girl, can we just listen? All I can. Girl, y'all know I might even want to come down here and defend no niggas. But girl, at the end of the day, girl, I don't even feel like getting my brain worked up over what happened, who said what, who did this, what I think happened, girl. What they said was she said that she basically did what she did because he took her electronic headphones. And then his response was Girl, we have things to work on on ourselves. So do I, so do you, girl. ShaCarri is giving gutter snipe. We're just gonna call it for what it is. Girl, if you are quick to anger to the point you put your hands on someone because they took your headphones, I think that's an issue. And not only are you quick to anger, but girl, you literally, girl, shoved that boy into a column. Girl, ShaCarri and me would have had to square up because bitch, you would look too strong for me, girl. The way she shoved that boy, girl, I said, damn, her shoulder is strong. Girl,
Miss Peaches, you need to come up in here and get this Rock Wilder.
girl, we would have had the windmill in that airport, girl. Girl, we would have girl, you done pushed that boy. I said, girl, she would have pushed him with her hands. I said, girl, that man would have flew out the window. Girl, I would have, girl, girl, we would have to windmill that airport to shreds. Girl, I said, girl, she done pushed that man with her shoulder. Boom. Girl, like, boom, boom, boom. I said, baby, she's too strong, baby. That's a strong one right there, girl. You have to just square up with her. I don't like stuff like that. You know, girl, they love to pull that we all make mistakes. I ain't never put my hands on nobody. I ain't never acted a fool at the airport. Whatever ShaCarri has going on that she needs to work through, that does not give her an excuse to put her hands on anybody. It just doesn't. And then when I find out that you said that it was because of some headphones, I was gonna try and give ShaCarri a pass if she would have said, like, I found out he cheated on me. Because then, girl, that means that he's sleeping with somebody and sleeping with you, and now your health is at risk. So I can see how you might spaz out a little bit. If you told me, girl, he had just hit me in the corner and I got fed up because he been beating on me. Okay, girl, you got fed up like Anime did in the back of the limousine with Ike. There are some things I can, even though there are some things I can understand how you could spaz out. ShaCarri probably has a lot of things now making excuses for her behavior, and I shouldn't. ShaCarri probably has a lot of things going on in her life, and this was probably the thing that made her just kind of lose it. Girl, you don't need to be in a relationship. I believe this is what I believe. For all of y'all who go into relationships, if you really do the work to be the best version of yourself by going to therapy, if you do the work to be the best version of yourself by going to therapy, and then if two people enter into a relationship, I think that you could probably have a wonderful, magnificent relationship. Probably even have your Cinderella story like some of y'all be wanting to have. But if you are a mess coming into a relationship, then the relationship is probably going to be a mess half of the time. ShaCarri has some issues, some things going on because I refuse to believe, girl, you spazzed out like that over some fucking headphones. You need to go work on self, and then maybe in a few years, probably try to get into a relationship. But girl, you're spazzing out like that in the middle of the airport over some electronic headphones. It's absolutely insane and unacceptable. Girl, I wish ShaCarri would have came out and said, girl, I just found out that man was out here having sex with somebody raw and having sex with me raw. And that's why I spazzed out and punched him in his face. Then I would have said, oh, girl, I wish you wouldn't have did it at the airport, but girl, I kind of understand why you spazzed out, girl. But over some headphones, sister, girl, you a mess. You are a mess. And Christian, stop trying to put everybody in the same boat with you and ShaCarri. You over there getting your ass slung into a goddamn column. Now, girl, it's everybody got problems. Yeah, we all got problems, but bitch, I ain't putting my hands on nobody. Okay? You know, I hate when people try to lump everybody into the everybody kind of makes mistakes category. Cause we all make mistakes. Yeah, we do, but girl, not those type of mistakes. I keep my hands to myself. It ain't a person walking around here who could ever say that Rodney put their hands on him. I'm on them. I mean, unless we was doing a little, unless you told me to it. We was doing, we was having a little grown up session. Okay. But that's the only time. Hey! Anyways, y'all, ShaCarri girl, go get some help. Christian, you sound like a battle woman. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. You sound like a battle woman who be getting her ass. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but Christian sound like a battle woman who be getting her ass whooped. Girl, Stockholm syndrome. Girl, you sound like a woman who be getting her ass whooped for the last couple of years, and you trying to protect your man. That's what you sound like. Anyways, all right, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, so this is according to Fox32Chicago.com. So, federal court dismisses $20 million defamation case against Shannon Sharpe, Chad Ochocinco. Ochocinco wanted me. Ochocinco wanted me. Shout out to OG.
Cinco wanted me. Ochocinco wanted me.
All right, so it goes a little something like this. The brief, a $20 million defamation lawsuit filed by a Chicago woman, I can't pronounce her name, Tillman, against Shannon Sharpe, Chad Johnson, in their podcast. Why they calling him Chad Johnson? His name is Chad Ochocinco. Did he change his name back? Anyways, Chad Ochocinco and their podcast team has been dismissed in federal court. A suit stemmed from an April podcast episode where Tillman was allegedly mischaracterized as being married and divorcing after a viral Usher concert moment, which says was false and damaging. Tillman expressed satisfaction with resolving the matter, emphasizing a desire to move forward and recognizing both her and Sharpe's community contributions. Girl, so baby, girl, she got a little check. Girl, cut the motherfucking check, nigga. Hey, so a $20 million defamation lawsuit against podcasters Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson, filed by a Chicago woman, has been dismissed, according to officials. What we know is Tillman filed the lawsuit on April the 24th against Sharpe, his media company. Johnson, also known as Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Is Ochocinco not his legal name? Because they got Ochocinco in girl like Ochocinco. Is that not his? Maybe that might not be his legal name. That's probably why. I don't know. I don't keep up with Chad like that. And their producer. The case, which alleged libel and defamation, was moved to federal court in Chicago. The case has been dismissed through further details, though further details haven't been released. I am pleased with the outcome, Tillman said. We were able to put this matter behind us without a long, drawn-out court matter. We look forward to future discussions about the positive contributions Mr. Sharpe and I both make to the community. I wish him, his family, and his business endeavors continued success. Get money, bitch. Yes, ma'am. Shout out to Miss Tillman. Okay, how much y'all think she got? She didn't get the 20 million. We know that. She got a couple. She got a couple. I think they probably gave about 1.5 apiece. Whatever she got, it wasn't no 20 million. But I think she got a couple. I think she got a few. I don't know if y'all think she got more. I don't think she got more than 5. I can see her getting. You think she? Because at this point, Shannon, you need to go. Shannon, you gonna have to get your part-time job, nigga. bitch, the way Shannon just out here giving out money, girl, baby. Shannon gonna have to find him a part-time gig, baby. Girl, and it's about to be the holidays too. He gonna be like everybody else, putting the application in at Nordstrom just for a couple of weeks, just about Christmas presents. Hello. Some people were saying, I don't really know anything about her, but some people were saying what she does professionally. What they said, what they did, it really did impact her professionally. Because I guess whatever she does, it has to do with being like single. I don't know. I can't remember. But there were people online, and when they explained it, I was like, oh, so it wasn't like she was just trying to shake down Chad and Shannon. They said professionally, it did matter because of how they said it, and because what she does, it did kind of like mess up her image professionally. So it just wasn't one of those situations where she was just trying to, these black women don't never want to stand beside the black men. You know all that bullshit y'all, not y'all, but people be saying. But yeah, shout out to Miss Tillman. I'm not mad at it, especially if she was hurt professionally due to what they said down to the podcast. Girl, listen, this is a lesson for everybody, including me, girl. Y'all better stop getting y'all asses down here saying anything. Y'all ain't learned nothing, girl. Y'all still ain't learned nothing from Tasha Gay and Cardi B. Oh, okay, girl. Okay. Anyways, shout out to Miss Tillman. Shout out to Shannon. Shout out to Chad. Shout out to Gabriella. Girl, baby. If y'all don't know who Gabriella is a white girl, whatever she is, girl, who retired at the young age of 21. I think she's 21 or 22. This thing came out with an announcement that said she was retired from OF. I said, bitch, girl, the devil. Baby, the devil ain't even busy, honey, baby. That lady said, "Girl, that ain't even no lady, girl. That young woman said I retired from OF, baby." I said, "What in the shit, bitch? I don't know nobody who retired at 21. Everybody I know still get up and go to work." Ooh, wait. Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and move on, baby. So this is according to Kiss FM, iHeart.com. So Kelly Clarkson is heartbroken for her children after the passing of their father and her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock. A source told People that the stronger songstress remained protective of their children, River 11 and Remington 9, over the last 3 years, as the former talent manager, whom she divorced in 2020 after 7 years of marriage, battled cancer privately. When she found out that he was sick, she remained protective of him for their sake. Kelly has always tried to keep things classy. It became clear earlier this year that Brandon was not doing well. She's been devastated for the kids. Despite how painful and messy their divorce was, Clarkson never spoke negatively about Blackstock to her children. The divorce was incredibly difficult for her, messy, painful, and something she felt terrible about, but she always wanted her kids to have the best relationship possible with their dad. She never spoke poorly about Brandon to the kids. Um, News of Blackstock's tragic passing broke the same day. The Since You Been Gone songstress canceled her remaining Las Vegas residency shows for August, citing his illness and the need for wait. I'm sorry, baby. Citing his illness and the need to be there for their children. In March, Clarkson quietly stepped away from her eponymous talk show for several episodes. The decision reportedly linked to her ex-husband battle with melanoma. For more, read Kelly Clarkson, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's sad, I will say this much, we got down here dragging Brandon and all the other ones for, shaking our girl Chanel purses. But girl, that girl. Let me shut up. Like I said, I ain't want the nigga to die. Girl, I just didn't want him taking my girl money. And for those who don't know, I love Kelly Clarkson. I was actually going to go see her when I went to Vegas. This is around the time my grandmother was sick. We didn't know it was cancer until like right before I was about to leave, and so I couldn't even enjoy myself in Vegas. I didn't even go. I was literally going to Vegas to go see Kelly Clarkson and RuPaul's Drag Race live. Got to Vegas, didn't do shit, but just sit in the hotel room sad. Okay. But anyways, so yeah, I love Kelly Clarkson. I plan on going to see her hopefully in November. If I can make it to BravoCon. I'm on the waiting list. I'm assuming it'll be approved. But yeah, she has shows in August that I plan on, not August, in November, that I plan on going to, because that's the last day, I think, for this year. But yeah, like I said, I didn't want the nigga to die. I just didn't want him taking my girl's money. But I do feel sorry for the kids because they're kids, and they're young, and they may not fully grasp Girl, it's grown people, girl, hello, that sometimes like me can't necessarily grasp death. So I know it may be a little difficult for them, maybe not, but for them being that they're so young. And, whatever relationship Kelly had with Brandon, if she had one before he passed away, or before she found out he was ill, could have been a completely different relationship than what his kids had with him. But yeah, I hope the kids are okay. And shout out to Kelly Clarkson. All right, y'all. That's it for this video. We will be we will. I will be back later to talk about some more hot topics. All right. Bye y'all.